There's another Henry Ford, the one they don't teach in business school, the man who ran a corporate surveillance state, who hired thugs to beat workers who tried to unionize, who published some of the most vicious anti-Semitic propaganda in American history, who received a medal from Nazi Germany and kept a portrait of Adolf Hitler in his office. The $5 day wasn't generosity, it was control. To qualify for the $5 wage, workers had to pass inspection by Ford's sociological department. Investigators who visited workers' homes unannounced, who checked if they were living morally. If you drank alcohol, you didn't get $5. If you gambled, divorced, or your wife worked outside the home, you didn't get $5. Ford's investigators tracked how workers spent their money, what they ate, how they raised children, whether they attended church, whether their homes were clean enough. Immigrant workers were required to attend the Ford English School, not just to learn the language, to be Americanized, to abandon their culture. The surveillance state, they beat anyone who talked about unions. If you complained, you disappeared, fired, blacklisted, sometimes beaten. In 1932, during the Great Depression, unemployed workers organized a hunger march to Ford's River Rouge plant. Ford's private security, backed by Dearborn police, opened fire on the unarmed marchers. 4 workers were killed, dozens wounded. The Ford Massacre. In 1919, Henry Ford bought a newspaper called the Dearborn Independent. For the next 7 years, he used it to publish some of the most vicious anti-Semitic propaganda in American history. Articles blaming Jews for World War I, for communism, for labor strikes, for the degradation of American culture. The paper serialized a fraudulent text called The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, a conspiracy theory claiming Jews were plotting to control the world. It compiled these articles into a book called The International Jew. It was translated into multiple languages, it was distributed across Europe, and it became a foundational text for the Nazi Party. Adolf Hitler kept a portrait of Henry Ford in his office. In 1938, Ford received the Grand Cross of the German Eagle, the highest honor Nazi Germany could give to a foreigner. Ford accepted it. When confronted about his anti-Semitism, Ford claimed he was misunderstood, that he was fighting international finance, not Jewish people specifically, that he was defending American values. But the articles were explicit, and the damage was real. In 1927, Ford issued a public apology and shut down the Dearborn Independent. He never retracted the content. He never took responsibility for the influence his words had.